I'm Ode. That's Vicky. I'm me. You're you. We are we.
Oh my god, that was
That's
so
cheesy, right?
corny.
The You, Me,
Oh my
We
goodness.
podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to the You, Me, We podcast. I have no idea what episode number we're on.
You say that Does that not get tiring for you?
Not knowing?
Yeah.
Do you want to be the new number keeper?
No, but you should know because it's a podcast.
What episode are we on, Vicky?
24.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Why are you checking? Anyways, for today, we wanted to just have some
Yes, this would be episode 24.
There
I'm
you
always
go.
right.
And hey, a little topic train type of episode of the You, Me, We podcast.
Yeah.
So pretty much I wanted to bring to you guys Vicky's random conversations that she brings up while I'm trying to rest. Not saying they're all topic, but the experience of her. You know what's funny? That and then I'm just there like, go ahead, talk. I don't care, but talk. So
then you are kind of listening if you want to discuss all of them now.
Anyway, so some conversation that we've been having, and you know, in the comments on Instagram, on the story, and in the DMs, feel free to give us your feedback or something. Because I know for a fact, one or two of these conversations, some of our listeners have some experience with.
Mm-hmm.
And they're involved in those things. So, what do you want to start with first?
Oh, I thought we were just gonna go about.
You're gonna go in order? Okay.
Yeah.
So, 23 and me.
Mm-hmm.
23 and me, or what are the other ones?
I don't know.
Ancestry.com, myblack.ancestry.com. That's another one. Anyway,
I have no idea.
but pretty much those what do you call them? Those ancestry
DNA
testing things.
Mm-hmm.
So this conversation started because one day Vicky comes home. Vicky's all excited. You tell it.
No, go ahead. I want to see you tell it.
Okay, Vicky comes home. She's all excited. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" You know, she's coming home to the love of her life, and she goes, "If I remember correctly, she goes, I have something for us."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, you know," in my chipper, jolly voice, "What is it, babe?" "Hi, love."
That was disgusting.
"What is it, my sweet sugar dumpling?"
Yeah.
Oh
my
see,
God,
I did say sugar dumpling.
No, but that
Okay.
reminds me. Okay, wait, I'll just make a note of it. Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay. And Vicky goes, "I have something for us." I'm like, "Cool, what is it?" I'm thinking, food. And then she goes, "Surprise, look." And it's 23, it's a box, 23 and me. And on the cover it says, "Welcome to you." Is that their slogan? "Welcome to you"?
I have no idea.
Something like that. I think it's like "Welcome to you." And Vicky, in all her, you know, she's smiling, excited, and my response was, "Hell no."
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Hell no.
The box has just been sitting in my closet.
Yeah. I mean, I verbally said hell no, but in the back of my mind, the full conversation I had was hell no. Get that out of my house. Babylon ting. Government ain't gonna listen in and get my DNA. That's all the stuff I was saying to myself, and I am dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
How did the conversation go from your end? Is that not how it went?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're a little because you did give me a look like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
You still feel that way?
Yeah.
Why do you want to do? Okay, so you trust this thing.
What do you mean trust?
You're giving your DNA to Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He's the government, I guess. And you're okay with giving your, I don't know, what is it, a swab? What is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's, what, you swab your cheek?
Yes.
The only people that should be swabbing my cheek and getting my DNA is my doctor.
Okay.
Or whatever doctor is doing whatever testing. And the only DNA testing we've done in the past, whatever couple years, was when we did it for Khalil.
Mm-hmm. So that means they already have it.
And you know what? And it's a doctor. I don't care.
No, I mean, it's already logged into a system is what I'm saying. Okay.
I don't want some random company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not okay with it. And I know there's a lot of people who have done it. They've done Ancestry and all the other ones. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, I found out I'm 95% black." And they're black. I'm like, big revelation.
No, because that's not what it says. It tells you the area that you...
And they know.
Because
that's
they've collected... Oh my goodness.
Go ahead. Explain
I can't because it's not, I don't have the intellect, the knowledge to...
I don't even believe it. I like, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, that's your argument. I can't.
I just don't. Again, I know for a
Like,
fact.
I'm not a geneticist. Like, I'm not someone who studies the makings of our DNA, or I don't know. I don't even know if it's geneticists that study the makeup of our DNA. I know they study the makeup of our chromosomes.
They're a
but
DNAologist.
Sure. But that's what I mean by I'm ignorant to exactly the scientific things behind it. I don't think that it's fake.
It just sounds so.
I think that this is not something I think this is something that has been commercialized, but I don't think that this is
I don't want my
something I
DNA.
would call fake.
I don't want my DNA dealing with a commercialized business. I'm okay with a doctor and whatever database they're putting it in. Cool, and I understand because everyone's response when I say that is like, "Oh, you don't trust it, but yet still you put your information out there on social
Yep.
media." Yeah, I do. I
Yep.
have my house is like fully wired. Our house is Alexa in every room. I live through my Google account. My phone wakes up in the morning and says, "Hey, go make your coffee. I mean, you make your coffee at this time." Stuff like that. Not to that extent, but I'm totally cool. I'm cool with it. But I just don't want my DNA because I don't want to one day be driving in West Bubble, Minnesota, and bump into Ode.
Okay.
That's just conspiracy theory, but it just feels so weird. Listening to a bunch of stories on Z100 yesterday, people talking about how they found out either that who they thought were their full brother and sister were they really a half brother because they didn't share whatever DNA marker that said, oh well, one person found out she had a different dad.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stories like that have never come to surface from other people. So
I'm just not comfortable with it. I just don't want my DNA. And again, it just sounds so. Maybe someone can someone who did it and felt like it was accurate. I just felt like they're just throwing stuff out there. In some of it, oh, you're this region and that region. I was like, really?
yeah.
I don't know. And you know what? The same reason you gave is another reason why I'm just like, I can't buy into it because I'm not a DNAologist, geneticist, or whatever. So I'm just gonna trust them. I don't know.
I mean, you trust your doctor and anything they tell you.
They went to school for years and years, and they.
So you think that the people that compiled this information?
I don't know who they are. I just know that they're in a money making business,
like every business.
But because you're in the money making business,
so you'll take pills from a pharmaceutical company who is in a major for profit business. They are here to profitize off of your pain.
Actually, I'm the kind of person that will just be like, I'll sleep it off. And I'm totally fine taking the over-the-counter generic brand. So
even the over-the-counter generic brand is a pharmaceutical company. I don't care how you want to slice it. It's still the same cake.
When I pop those 2 extra strength Tylenol, I feel better.
Tylenol is a pharmaceutical giant.
And you know what? I feel... Oh, sorry, I did a report on them. I feel better when I take those 2 pills.
Okay, so what I'm saying is you're criticizing one for-profit business, but you are, like, high-fiving the other.
I'm not giving my...
All because you don't know who it is?
Yeah, I don't want my DNA just out there.
Okay.
For somebody to tell me you're black. And you're of African descent.
That's not the point.
I gotta give you my DNA to know I'm of African descent.
Well, I think
by way of Guyana.
For someone like me,
mm-hmm.
Those DNA tests are important because our islands were pretty much like the guinea pigs to the rest of the world, and we are a major dynamic of every makeup out there.
You're Dominican with some Haitian in you. I just saved you a swab and possibly $100, however much that box costs.
Right. Because Haiti was straight up like, God put people in Haiti, and then that was it. That was Haiti. There is no
maybe in the Haitian Bible, that's how the story goes in the Haitian Bible.
I'm pretty sure it does not go like that in the Bible.
That's how I'm going to write my Bible for like my country. God planted people here, and then there was the world. And then people flourished.
But he planted people. Wow. That's really bad.
What?
That's it. Yes, he put people in current day Africa,
Mhm.
and then the world, and then they just spread.
I was saying from my personal country.
Oh,
When
so
I make
you're
my
gonna when
own
you make your own
when I make
Bible.
my own Bible, it's gonna say God planted people in Odalia. That's what I call my country. I don't know Ode.
Goodness.
Ode land, and from there, the world grew.
Okay.
And then we went, and then the next country that God made was Guyana,
Okay.
and the last country was. I'm messing with you. I just don't trust it, and Donald Trump will not get my DNA.
Okay.
What's next?
Um,
Are you mad? Cause I made you. How much did it cost?
none of your business.
I can Google it.
No, you can't.
I can't Google how much. Or you got the special box? You got the the unique Vickiana and O'Day box? It doesn't cost the same thing? Or
No,
they
they're
specialize it?
yeah.
So how much was it?
None of your business.
Oh, you spent mad bread on the.
So if I did it to Kalel, would you be bothered?
Yes.
So I can't do it to Kalel?
No, you cannot. You can. You are not
Too
swabbing.
late.
Oh, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
No, for real.
For real. You didn't say I could do it to him. You said you didn't want to do it yourself. So I left you out.
You really you joking. Are you serious?
Yes.
No. Okay. All jokes aside, you really swapped him and gave Donald Trump. You gave Donald Trump my son's DNA.
No.
I was gonna stop recording right now. I was trying to keep like the whole like, hey, let me not look like I'm about to scream at her face on for the camera, but yo, you were about to be sleeping outside. Oh my god, that's not funny, yo. Can we continue?
Oh man, that was great.
What's next?
When the professional, like when your professional employment, no, when your professional career, your 9 to 5, doesn't flatter your personal side business.
All right. So my suit and tie.
So for example,
you want to give what brought this conversation or
no.
Okay, go ahead.
Like for example, if you're a teacher,
and
but you do like sexy bartending after work, because there is actually a podcast where it's 2 women that they work in those in like the quote unquote respectable fields, but they have a very very raunchy.
Are you talking about Horrible Decision?
Yes.
Horrible. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mandy and Wheezy. Wheezy is part of the She's a part. She's a friend of some of the shows I listen to. Wheezy is awesome.
Yeah. So they have what you considered.
So you listen to Horrible Decisions?
What?
You listen to their show?
No, we follow them on podcast. I mean on Instagram.
Oh. Cause I listen. I haven't even checked their show out yet, but I do follow Wheezy and Mandy. Or Wheezy. I follow Wheezy.
So they are in those
favorite.
what you would consider like the respectable positions or whatever that.
Yeah, I think Mandy's in like. She says the way she described her job.
Yeah. So like, how do you think, or should that even be an issue? Like, shouldn't it be this is who you are at work, and then who you are outside should have no bearing as long as you're not posing a threat, like a literal threat to the people that you work with. I personally think that there should be a line. Like, you have me until 5 p.m. And at 4:59, at 5 with 0 minutes and 0 seconds, the clock has started on my time. So it is none of your business as long as I am not posing a threat to, like, a physical threat. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's easier said than done. I agree. You should be able to do that. You should be able to, from 9 to 5, you represent ABC Corporation. From 5:01 p.m. and on, you represent you. And you can do whatever you want. It shouldn't be held against you. Easier said than done. Because like I have employees, and and not just professional employee, but like student employees. And I
Mm-hmm.
know when I interview them or when we hire them, we tell them, uh, yes, you work here for us, the hours you work for us, but keep in mind, everyone's going to associate you with working in my office.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much you're representing the office and technically also the college
Yeah.
like 24/7.
Yeah, that sounds like the speech you got on Greek life.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Episode
you
coming
don't
soon.
have your you may not have your letters on, but everybody knows what order you in.
Exactly.
Act right.
So you're always kind of like being looked at, being judged, and because you represent a brand, an office.
Yeah.
So so it's funny because I'm also in a
It's tough.
I'm in a new Facebook group that is specifically for people in my field
Mm-hmm.
who also have side hustles.
Mm.
And I'm sure this conversation is in there somewhere
Mm-hmm.
because I know a lot of us have uh, side hustles that don't exactly align with like higher ed.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the conversation. I'm going to scroll through and find the conversation. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. But you shouldn't have to, but you got to keep in mind what your 9 to 5 is because you're always being watched and you represent a brand. It's like those athletes who
Oh, like in their contract, they
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think even if there's always that unofficial contract of there's certain conduct you should keep up because there's people even people who are in like what we might think are risque raunchy type 9 to 5 some or whatever they still have like a conduct that they should follow that because you represent a brand.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I guess.
Yeah. So I better not see you out in these streets disrespecting and misrepresenting the You Me We podcast brand because you
Anyways,
might get
okay.
fired.
Anyways,
It's that simple.
you're annoying. Who said you're the boss?
I didn't think we had to have a conversation about that. That was just kind of one of those.
Well, clearly we
you
do
established.
because you are very
You
misguided.
want to have an election? First, you gotta get nominated first. I'm here by divine right.
Anyways,
What's next? We running through topics. What's next?
okay. You sure you want to say this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a good conversation.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll let you kick it off.
So it was along the lines of I don't want to say imposing, but
No, that's not what I'm
that's
talking
not-
about.
What are you talking about? Wrong one. Then you start off. You know, you can start off. Cause you know I can't read.
Yo, you're annoying. You're so fake.
No, I don't want to read. Go ahead. English major, creative writing.
I know, right? See, that's one of the things you need to learn how to be careful about the things you say.
What?
You don't want to read, but you were an English major. Whoa.
Creative writing, meaning I didn't want to do literature because I didn't want to read.
Anyways,
And I did creative writing because I got to write short stories and poems for 2 years.
you don't write me short stories or poems.
I had a response, but you know what? I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I ain't stupid. Go ahead.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
I'm the president of the UB
Write it. Write it. Write it
No.
if you don't want to say it.
Don't worry about it. Get to the topic. If people want to hear the topic, as your president, I think you should get to the topic.
Well, then I guess this would kick off as to our next topic.
Okay.
Couples therapy.
Couples therapy. So
I am so bringing that up. I hate when you do that.
What?
That whole, I was going to say something, but I ain't going to say it.
What
Just
was
say
I
it.
ain't
Why
gonna
would you
say it.
announce it?
I ain't gonna say it. Do it for the grant. No, I ain't gonna do it, but whatever. So couples therapy. We have this on the topic because spoiler alert, Vicky and I are in couples therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, I think good or bad, everyone should do couples. Knowing what I know now, I think everyone should do couples therapy.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into detail about what we talk about because doctor patient privilege.
Yes.
But it has we've been twice already. 3 times?
Yeah.
Twice.
You have a bad time keeping up.
Is that how you would say that? A bad time keeping up, or a bad? Are you whatever? Is that what you're trying to say? Or I'm a bad keeper of time? Anyway, so
I'm gonna just stare at you till it
so-
all makes sense in your head.
it's been twice, right?
I think we've been there 3 times.
Oh. Nope, twice.
Okay,
Definitely twice. And
3 times.
you want to check the calendar? Why are you so petty?
we,
What is
could,
it?
we could check the
You
calendar.
just
I
wanted
know.
three, right?
I
You just wanted
know.
three,
I
right?
know that it was 3 times.
So we've been there. We've been there 2 times,
It's
maybe
been
three.
3 times.
All right, all right, all right,
Okay,
all right,
three
all right, all right.
times.
3 times minus one. All right.
I can tell you. I can give you brief descriptions right now. The initial visit,
Yes.
the one that was requested earlier than scheduled,
Mm-hmm.
and the last one we had. That was the third time.
That was the one requested earlier.
No, the one we requested earlier.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Oh. Because next week was supposed to be, or yes, trust me. As president, let's talk about the state of the podcast address. Anyway, we're in couples therapy. It's been an enlightening. What's one word you would use to describe it, other than enlightening? You give your word and I'll give my word, and then we'll go into why.
Okay.
I have my word.
Okay.
It's better than your word. Go ahead.
It has been constructive.
Constructive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, the word is humbling. It's been humbling. So why constructive?
My phone just died. Because
As president, my phone is still fully charged.
oh, they shut up. Because they're like and I've noticed this about myself a long time ago.
Mm.
I am definitely the kind of person that if I'm not understanding what you're telling me the first time, that doesn't mean I'm not listening to you. That means that you can say it as plain as day. It just does not register in my head however you're trying to tell me with some of the things.
So like if I was to say, Vicky, here is the USB for the Wi-Fi connection. The USB next to it has the code as well as the antivirus software. And you call me later on. I don't understand this. Because
No.
you trying to get everything off of one USB that's clearly the Wi-Fi.
Right,
USB.
because all I heard you say was, and this one has the antivirus. This one has the Wi-Fi. I said, okay. That's what I heard. First of all, don't talk to me while I'm sleeping. How about we start there?
Anyways, it's probably the best time to talk to you because you don't talk back. Go ahead. Remember you say that? Like, why are you so nice to me when I'm sleeping?
Oh, yeah. I always think about that.
You're beautiful. And
wait,
you're
can
so,
I please say?
You're so fun to be around when you're sleeping.
Ode, like, I would wake up sometimes and Ode would be, like, petting me and looking at me while I'm sleeping and, like, putting his fingers through my hair and, like, petting me and, like, or you'll take pictures of me while I'm sleeping and I'm like, why don't you do any of that when I'm awake? And you're like, because you're annoying.
So go ahead.
It's kind of like how I look at Kalal now. Like, oh, you're so beautiful. But when he's awake, I'm like, no, everybody run.
Constructive.
Okay, so constructive because the therapist has offered
a format.
Yeah, like a format, an easy to follow format, for us to really, like, at least for me, to help me get to that point faster.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure that same format does something different for you. So I like that. I would say that's my favorite part. Okay. So far, of course.
For me, I said the word humbling because I don't care who you are. It's a cliche phrase, but I think it's so dead on. Unless you're like a trained professional who's practiced this. We are humans. We listen to respond. We just all do.
Yeah.
We all do. So to be in a situation and to be in a conversation and the format is laid out there that you are listening to listen and to understand, it's humbling because naturally you want to respond. And in the past the past 2, two
I still hang on the 3.
sessions that we've had.
I hang on the 3.
We both had,
Oh
because
my goodness, I can tell you why. I
like
know
you
it was
said,
3.
like you said, because of the format, we both had to listen to understand first before even considering responding.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say it's humbling, because a lot of us, I don't think a lot of us don't do that. A lot of us can't do it. A lot of us don't even realize we're doing it. The whole we listen to respond kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's been humbling,
Yes.
because it definitely teaches you a lot, and you realize to yourself too, like, yeah, I need to work on that, and to sit there, because to be honest, you sit there. I know it's a joke that people said before, but you sit there and someone's talking and saying stuff. In your head, you're like, "Ooh, I'm about to kill you with my response." Okay. Oh, that's all you say. I know you probably say it in your head sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I'm saying that. I'm also saying I know what your response is going to be to my response, and I got you on that. I'm waiting. And then my response, I'm just baiting you to say something, so I could be like, "Oh, I got something for that." But yeah, so
damn, oh dang, how much talking to yourself.
That's how you win a conversation. You got to be 4 conversations ahead of somebody to win an argument.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Trust me. Some people, that's how they argue. They already have a response for your response to their response.
Wow, that's actually crazy. Anyways, I know it was 3.
Okay, we'll take your word for it. We won't. We will. All right.
Okay, look, very generically, very generically. Listen, right?
Go ahead.
We had the initial one, right?
Yes.
And then the one that was requested
Isn't
for
it
the
in our
earlier.
calendar? Is it in the
No, because you know what I do? I'm too lazy to rewrite each one. So I just take it and then I just take the current one and then I just change the date and time and then it'll shift to a thing. So it never stays at that date.
Go ahead.
Okay. Then the one that was requested, right? The one that was requested earlier than what was scheduled. The one after the first one. Remember? But look at me. Look, you're already listening to respond.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you might be right.
Right, because you know why? Because the one we just went to, the response to the first question always,
You're right.
we said
you're right,
way
you're
better.
Right, you're right.
Thank you.
You win this one.
Like I do all the time.
I will win the war. You win this one, Pelosi.
Do the petty clap to you like?
Yo, if I am the president of the United States and I turn around,
If someone is a condescending clap,
you give me the weird flex, but okay clap,
and then you do the petty like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, y'all see this? Who mans this?
My favorite thing is that her face was like right above his shoulder the entire time.
Like how you give him the weird flex, but okay?
Yo, it is the year of the petty. Yo, that's it.
That's crazy. Like again, I don't talk politics.
Me either.
I don't talk politics, but it is an interesting situation that we're in, and I just like observing. I click on all the news broadcasts.
Oh, they totally does. I'm like, can you please lower that? He's like, I can't. It's
I just like to be in the know.
Yeah, and he's like, why would I turn this down? It's about the country, and I'm like, turn it down.
I click on, and no matter what news network it is, I follow all the stories. I watch all the big press conferences. I haven't watched State of the Union address yet, but I will watch that soon. But I do not talk politics.
Yeah.
So don't ask me who I'm voting for. I wasn't with her, and I didn't vote for Trump. My package just arrived. Continue.
Damn, she just put all your business out there.
I know, right? Alexa's like, Alexa.
No, Nikki.
What? Oh, my bad.
You're saying her name.
She's gonna answer. She's gonna be like, "What you want?" She was like, "Your cheap ass package just arrived, but you couldn't afford it from Walmart or maybe cheapo." You right?
Okay. Oh well, you know what's funny?
What?
So.
It's a compliment.
So when you were talking about, you said something earlier where you started calling me all these weird ass nicknames.
Sugar dumpling, sweetie pie.
Right. Remember?
Love muffin, my little black pudding.
Isn't black pudding like stuffed pig intestines? That's disgusting.
Tasty.
Okay, so I thought of how in our last session, that our therapist asked us if we have nicknames for each other, and we were like, "What do you mean?"
I know.
We're like, "What do you mean?" And she's
She was
like,
like, you should probably work on that. I was like,
"Yeah." I was like, "Wait,
that's a thing?
yeah."
Like,
Oh my god, I thought the same thing. I
I
was
was like,
like, "Yo, we're like, we're like in our 30s, right? We're like, we're not
okay.
16."
No, but I did think, I was like, I've called her babe once in a while.
Oh my god, I was thinking the same thing to myself. I was like, "Have I called Ode babe?" I'm like,
So,
I kind of yell at him by his last name.
no, okay, I'm going off on a tangent.
Go
No,
ahead.
but never mind.
No, come on, see? Okay, I'm totally bringing this up in the next session.
I was gonna say, 'cause a lot of times, I don't know why, but when you say my name, sometimes I'm just like, what? Because I'm like, we're in the same house. Like I feel like you could just start talking.
I don't know if you're there.
There's no one else.
I need to. I need to know that I have your attention.
Just start talking. Cause you'll be like, Ode, I'm like, or maybe because I want to just have a simple conversation, Ode, and I'm about to annoy you, Ode. It's the same Ode, and I just hear them. I'm like, oh, she's about to annoy me. But I'm always like, who else is the next set of words gonna be for? But anyways, you know what? Use Ode for when you're about to annoy me, and when you just want to talk, use your nickname. In our social media, why don't you guys give us what nicknames we should call each other?
Nicknames. So I wrote it down. I was like, oh my goodness. When she said,
Yeah,
oh, we should work on that. I was like,
wait.
Work on what? That's his name.
But the first thing I thought about was I've definitely called her babe.
And then I started thinking, have you called me babe?
Is that too generic of a nickname?
You call me babe?
I've called you babe before.
When?
You don't listen to me.
When was the last time you called me babe, Ode?
I've called you babe before.
When? Before. We've been together for like 9 years.
Oh, I know. I know you know. Episode 1.
We're coming up on 9 years. What's today's date?
When? No, when?
In a month.
When will make 9 years? A month and what?
I don't know. Somewhere between the 4th and the 7th of March.
Wow. That's cable guy
Within
hours.
that. Sometime in the first week of March, after the 3rd. I know that.
Now you're just throwing numbers out there.
So in like about a month.
So let me ask you an important question. Are you going to give me a nickname?
Phoenix.
No. Take it back to when I was in high school.
I'm not going to give you a nickname from high school that one of your little girlfriends in high school probably gave you. Nah.
Taking it back to my AOL screen name. You got to call me O'Daddy.
That's not happening.
O'Daddy 99.
Nah, I'll pass. And then O'Daddy 2K.
We were cheap.
Nah, I'll pass.
I've never had a nickname from a partner.
I think that's a lie.
You think I had a nickname?
Yes, because I'm almost positive you told me. Oh, that wasn't it. Forget it.
Or it wasn't me you're talking about. Damn.
No, that was you.
What was it?
It was that you guys always had, and when I say you guys, I mean all the different versions of you plus someone else had.
We had a thing.
Yes.
We didn't have a nickname.
I know. That's what I just remembered.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it wasn't a nickname. It was a thing.
Okay.
And we didn't have that. We don't have that.
You ever had a nickname? Somebody ever called you a nickname?
Outside of the whack ass ones.
What were they? Tell me some of the whack nicknames that you had.
Babe.
What else?
Bae.
Babe. Oh, that's so cheesy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have
Babe.
special nicknames.
Nothing else?
Mm-mm.
Dominicana. I don't know.
That's not a nickname.
How you say girlfriend in Spanish?
A bunch of ways.
Or the good way. I don't know. Novia?
No, the thing is that novia is a bride. But depending on who you're talking to, a novia is a girlfriend.
Okay.
And then depending on who you're talking to in that same culture, they just call her an amiguita, or little friend. That's the condescending one. Amiguita.
Amiguita?
Amiguita, yeah. Esa la amiguita de esa. Like, like if Kalel brought a girl over, and let's say I had friends here, I'd be like, oh, esa la amiguita de Kalel, ya tú sabes, una amiguita.
Well, I'm in the back.
And then I'll be like, hey, siéntate, no te pases de la sala.
Well, I'm in the back with Kalel, like, yo, that's you? Okay. Right. I'll compliment my son if he brought home a beautiful...
He's not bringing chicks home. Anyways,
Well, whoever you bring home, I'm gonna
so
compliment them.
nicknames. Yeah, that's funny.
So what are you gonna call me?
So how come we don't have that special thing
Because
that you had with all the versions of you and plus one in the
because
past?
we haven't found the right nicknames. It has to come natural.
So how come you found it in shorter time?
That might be a personal thing that you need to figure out.
Wow.
Why or what? Why don't you have a nickname? That sounds like a personal problem.
No, I'm not talking about the nickname.
Let me know when you know.
I'm not talking about the
What we
nickname.
talking about?
I'm talking about that special thing you and all those people in the past have had.
Way to go off topic.
No, it's not off
We're talking
topic.
about nicknames right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, way to. Honestly, we're talking about nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about some random. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna call me?
Nothing.
Say it in Spanish.
Nada.
So I'm your nada. Aw, that's adorable.
Yes, you are my nothing.
Episode 1 again. Cheap plug. Um, I would like you to give me a nickname by the end of the week. That is your homework from your president.
Sure.
I ask that you come up with a nickname for me.
Sure.
Feel free to ask help from the listeners,
Sure.
and I will ask them for a nickname for you.
No,
And
thank you.
Whatever, and then we'll vote.
Vicky is a perfect nickname.
Vickiana Guadalupe. I forgot what they were. What were they? Vicky.
I have no idea because it was not my name.
Guadalupe. Something. I forgot what they were. Was Guadalupe even one of them?
I don't remember because it was not
It
my
is
name.
now.
It's
It
not
is
my
now.
name.
It is now. Any more topics before we head out?
People pushing their beliefs on you.
Yeah. In no way is this bashing anyone or pointed in any one direction, because I feel like people have this. This happens.
Yeah.
Whether it's in family, whether it's amongst friends, whether it's at work.
Mm-hmm.
Happens at work as well. Because I have friends that come from different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lucky enough to have that, because I get to dive into those different cultures. So I have celebrated different religious festivities with different cultures and stuff. But there are situations where we all been in a situation where we might have those people in our lives who our beliefs clash.
Yeah.
What we're looking for, our beliefs clash, and sometimes some of us don't navigate that well, or aren't able to navigate that well, because we might view religion as a more serious thing. If it's religion that we're talking about, or we might view this topic a certain way that I'm not budging on it, and I really can't associate myself with people who don't agree with that view that I have. It happens. I'm sure you've bumped into it. I'm trying to think of one time when I have bumped into it on I'm trying to think. I can't think of any big situations where I bumped into it where that directly affected me, or it was me. And I'm trying to think. I can't think of it. You? or what's your approach when that happens?
I never entertain conversations like that because I'm okay with you thinking one way and I'm thinking another way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that because we differ in our beliefs that I need to understand why you think differently. I just think that you do, and then I just keep it pushing. It's none of my business. Like for example, I know a girl from, I can't say because then she'll know. So I know a girl who she didn't agree with feminists. Mm-hmm. She's like, it's dumb. Like everything they stand for sounds stupid.
Okay.
And I was so perplexed. I'm like, you're a woman. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like, what you mean? And she gave her reason, and then I was just like, I mean,
That's your
just
reason.
because, yeah, like just because you are not a feminist doesn't make me any less of a feminist. And so that's how I view a lot of things. Like just because you are into this and I'm not into that same belief, that doesn't take away from how I think or how I feel about that. So I just don't, I like if it's somebody that I really, really had a close relationship and their stance on something shocked me because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know, that's the only time that I'd be like, girl, you're gonna have to break that down to me because that doesn't make any sense. But that's the only time. Outside of that, if I don't have that specific relationship with you, I would never feel compelled to have that discussion with you. Like it's,
Okay.
I just don't care. Like if I don't already know that about you, that's the only time I'm gonna ask because I'm gonna be thrown off by the fact that I just thought I knew something and I didn't. But other than that, I mean, I just take it for what it is and then I just keep it pushing.
Now, am I wrong? Oh, okay. Because I was gonna ask, am I wrong for uh here's some here's a view I have for sharing it with my friends, and as well as they're my friends, trying to get them to, in a respectful way, get them to side with me on this view, this
I don't,
topic.
I don't, I don't know of any way that you can do that respectful without
Hmm.
seeming that you are imposing. Like you told me where you stand,
Okay.
I tell you where I stand. We're on complete opposite sides. There is nothing you can say to me on any approach that will come off that you are not that you are not talking to me. No, not that you're talking to me, that you're not talking at me because you think that I'm on the wrong side.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a very generic example, like super generic. Like I I like wearing white
Uh,
sneakers. You like wearing black
I
sneakers.
was gonna say 13 going on 30 is a stupid movie. Now I'm gonna talk at you and tell you it is a dumb movie,
It is.
and you are wrong for
I
thinking
am
it's a
not
good
wrong.
movie.
It is such a great movie.
Vicky, it is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
But that's what makes it so like that's all the whole 90s thing. Like they're cheesy. They're corny cheesy movies. I love
Was that
it.
even in the 90s?
I
That,
don't
that
know,
movie?
but it falls
Exactly.
into that whole
That movie's trash.
that movie's
Just
awesome.
like all the Twilight movies. I said it. I
Oh,
said
I
what
don't
I
watch
said.
that crap. But yeah, like if I like to wear yellow sneakers and you like to
Mm,
wear white sneakers, there, right?
okay.
And I'm like, no, I like to wear yellow sneakers because I like bright colored shoes on my feet. And you're like, well, white is bright. Why can't you wear this kind of bright
Yeah,
colored
why can't you?
sneaker? I'm like,
If you
because
like bright, then
right. And I'll be like, well, because yellow, this highlight yellow is a lot brighter than white.
can't see bright.
And
Yeah.
and when my neon yellow sneakers get dirty, they're still gonna be bright. Yours are just gonna, like I'm not gonna start that argument. I'm gonna just be like, okay,
Yeah.
I like my yellow sneakers. And it's true. I actually own a pair of neon yellow sneakers and I love bright
Yeah, you
colored.
you have a pair that's yellow, green, pink,
Yes,
confetti.
I love bright colored workout sneakers. I just do. And I've actually had people ask me like, how come you always got bright sneakers on? I'm like, I don't know. I like it.
Have you ever
I
been
don't
on
need
that
to
end
explain it.
where you felt like I gotta get this person to see things my way on this view on this topic because you know what
When
their
I'm
view
arguing
on
with you.
huh?
When I'm arguing with you.
Also, you're right.
That's the only time that I'm
That's the
like,
only time that you're trying to push a wrong agenda on someone and a wrong idea, and that person is just putting you in your place,
um,
letting you know you're wrong.
okay. So if we're talking about like anything, so let's add a little more narrative for this, right? If you're talking anything about religion, politics,
It's always
um
gonna get ugly. It's always
my whole thing is that I don't even have that discussion.
yeah.
I take what you say for your word. And I'm just like, okay, you know, I don't agree with
Mm.
it, but I'm I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong in how you feel because I'm sure there is there's a reason why you feel that way, which is the same thing for me. There's a reason why I
Okay.
feel this way about that topic. So I don't ever go that way. Um, when we are, if it's a discussion, if it's anything like that, like heated discussions that are like happening now, like you
Where do
know,
you want to go eat?
race and stuff like that. But when it comes to like eating or trying to explain to O'Day why he's wrong, I'm gonna talk to till I turn blue in the face
Because you have a hard time proving that.
because I prove it and you have a hard time accepting it. Just like I was telling you, we had 3 sessions and you were like, "No, we had to.
I
We
was
had
just trying
to."
to test you to see if you would stick to your guns, because you need to do that. The way the world is today, you need that kind of test.
You
need to
think?
make sure
You
you're
think?
strong.
You
I'm trying to help.
think?
I'm trying to. Go ahead.
Do you think that anyone listening would agree with you that I need help on firming up my backbone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every man right now is like, go ahead, king. Right, bring your queen up. And that's what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. That's exactly what everyone is
Know
saying.
your worth, king. Know your worth.
Why, yo, you do that all the time. You like cheer yourself on for no reason.
You got to cheer yourself on because no one else will.
Oh my God. Are you done?
I am.
You're
Are
annoying.
you? Okay.
Oh, we're going to have this discussion afterwards, though.
What discussion?
Why we don't have that special thing you used to
yeah.
have.
No, I got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. We're going to go do stuff. We're going to go eat.
Yeah, we'll talk about it over dinner.
No, do not ruin my dinner with a conversation. No. Do not ruin my dinner with a conversation about why we don't have nicknames.
I don't want a
I want
nickname.
to eat.
I don't want a
End
nickname.
the show so we can go eat.
But I don't want a nickname.
I'm giving you a nickname. Whatever the people say, you getting a nickname. All right. I'm going to go eat. Vicky, you can just sit there and give me that stare like, are you okay with this, the way this is right now? Are you okay with us not having nicknames?
I don't want a
How many years
nickname.
do I have to wait before I get a nickname? You have 1 year to give me a nickname or else. Episode 25.
Check the
Why
dates.
don't I have a nickname?
Check the dates for March.
Why?
March 1 is a Saturday. I don't gotta check it with you.
Why?
Saturday,
Do you have a nickname by March
Sunday,
1st?
Monday,
you gonna leave me?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
This
Friday.
has been episode 1.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Oh, we would turn 9 years on a Thursday. Kind of ish.
On Thursday the what?
The 6th?
It is not. Never mind.
What day is
This has
it?
been episode, I'll say 120. What am I talking about? Episode 20.
Wow, 120. You
24.
got a podcast with somebody else?
Yeah, and they had a nickname too. Episode 24
Wow.
of the You, Me, We podcast. God